Okay, just giving it a second to boot up, folks. How's everybody doing? Good to see you in tonight. Evidently, a whole lot of you out there are not all that interested in Hollywood's extravaganza. The Academy Awards are going on tonight. And you know what? If I didn't have a channel and I was just sitting down to watch what I wanted to watch tonight, the Academy Awards would be dead last as a choice, and I'd probably read a book. I want to welcome everybody, including the many new subscribers we've gotten recently. If this is the first time you've seen me on a stream, welcome. I'm Michael Noland. The name of the channel is Michael Noland, The Bottom Line, and when I stream live, we call it the Tribal Forum. What is the tribe? The tribe is anybody who views my videos and or live streams and actually goes to the, well, you're in the tribe if you watch, first of all. But if you go to the point of making a comment and everything, you are securely in the tribe. And that's why I call it the Tribal Forum. Often I get up here, I have a prepared set of things that I want to cover. It's all in my title tonight, and we're going to be talking about and asking the question, should rock music be censored? When is it appropriate? And if not, why? Okay? So that's the basic question. And if any of you haven't seen my latest video, after the stream, take a look at it. I'll try to shut down in time to be ready to be up for the Four Horsemen. I'm also part of that. My show leads into the Four Horsemen on Sundays. I stream at 5 p.m. On Sundays and Wednesdays, but on Sundays I stream for a little over an hour. You know, sometimes we'll go an hour and a quarter. And that gives me just enough time to switch off and get on over to the Four Horsemen, Royce Eddings' channel, and I'm one of the Four Horsemen. They call me Warhorse over there. I wonder why. Oh, that was my idea, okay? And we're going to be talking about the Rolling Stones. I've covered this story before on my channel. The Rolling Stones have decided not to tour. A lot of people were getting ready for that. It wasn't announced, but a lot of people were just freaking expecting it, and there's a lot of reasons why that didn't happen. But that's not the discussion over here tonight. You got to wait till 6:30 PST. Adjust your local times accordingly, okay? For that. But if you haven't seen my latest video, I strongly suggest that you do. It's only about 6.5 minutes long. And I hit up on the idea of censorship. And when I did it, I originally released it as a members only video. And this is a shaved down version of the original. Okay, the original was about 8.5 minutes. This is about, 6 minutes and change. Because I felt strongly about what I was talking about. And part of the reason I even did the video was I was going to do another members only video, and I was just going to share that I had acquired this album. Now this is The Beast, the Broadsword and the Beast by Jethro Tull. Now one of the songs on this album is called Pussy Willow. All right? And I cover what happens when you go to Apple Music to play that track. And basically, when you get down to that track, you look at the title and it says P asterisk, 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 Y, Willow. So we're going to be talking about, that's a censorship, folks. All right? Whether you like that, the fact that that was censored, or whether you're dead set against it, that is censorship. I can tell you for absolute sure because there it is. There's the song right there. Okay? No, right here. There it is. Pussy Willow. And so when I found that, I stopped filming that members only video and I started looking in. I did about 2 hours research and everything, and I made a different video. Okay? It was just going to be a share, and I was going to talk about the album, and that is coming down the line. Okay? Because it's a great album. It's a masterpiece. It's one of Tull's better albums. Okay? I don't know how I'd rank it, but it'd be pretty high out of all the Jethro Tull albums. So that's what got us here. Okay? And so I noticed that Kimberly, she doesn't often make comments on my videos. She wanted to make a comment, and she used the first part of that title, calling Apple what a bunch of pussy willows, I guess. But that's not how she put it. Automatically, the YouTube algorithm inserts and says, are you sure you want to put that up?
Yes, yes.
You know, our requirements say that you don't say anything that will offend anybody.
Yep.
Right? And so I told her, let's not go beyond that. And I'm going to ask everybody in the comments not to use the first word of the title, Pussy Willow, by itself, because the YouTube algorithm seems to have trouble with it. Is that censorship? Baby?
Yes, hon.
Whatever you do tonight, please do not use that word.
You mean Pussy Willow?
Yeah, Pussy Willow.
No.
Yeah, no, please don't. Okay? All right?
Yeah, okay, hon.
All right, is
there
any other words that you have any questions that you can't use tonight?
Yeah, wussy? I don't know. Pee-pee.
Pee-pee?
You know, like Pussy Willow?
I don't know. The way we're going, we may not be able to use that unless it's just
there I go. I'm sorry.
2 letters, P-P.
I hope I'm not getting you in trouble. Uh-oh.
If you're getting me into trouble, the world is in trouble and is in a world of hurt. That's all there is to it. Okay, so that's what got it started. I knew I wanted to stream on this subject tonight. Okay? And I've got to tell you, I am dead set against censorship. I think that human expression is essential, especially where I'm from here in America. If you're in other areas of the world, I don't know what the core values there and your legalities and everything, but I think freedom of expression is one of the things that the world hadn't seen, really, to this point, until America, the United States of America, built it into our Constitution, freedom of speech. And of course, as the decades and centuries now, a couple of them, we're about ready to hit, 250 years, but it was defined that included what was written down by authors, pundits, singer-songwriters, novelists, and everything. That it's generally not a good thing to be all hot and bothered about censoring people. But there are those who have come out of the woodwork, aren't there? Give you an example here, and then I'm going to take a break, and I want to shout out a couple of people here. But this is what one group of people, here's the results, I should say, of one group of people who thought that censorship was just A-OK, all right? And of course I'm talking about, and a few of you already mentioned Tipper Gore, All right, she made efforts in the mid 80s to actually get federal legislation to introduce, well, she was responsible for introducing parental advisory explicit lyrics stickers be applied to albums released, music albums. Of course, her target in those days was mainly heavy metal and some of the things that came out of heavy metal. But the results was, instead of her getting her way and mandatory legislation, which the more laws, the worse. I'm all for fewer laws. And because when you add a sub-law onto a sub-law that is a sub-law of a sub-law, then you have precedent on that sub-law of sub-law, sub-law, sub-law to make a major critical decision on the basic thought idea that it was before, and nobody is encouraged to use common sense anymore whatsoever. And so out of that came voluntary labeling. Now, was that a good thing? Well, the fact that these labels were all of a sudden, and as a matter of fact, the labels were parental advisory explicit lyrics. Okay, that was the label. The fact that they were pretty much blackmailed into it, with Tipper and her core group threatening to legislate or to get legislation passed, that they finally succumbed to, what was that again, Kimberly? Common sense? Did I mention that before?
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
I think so.
When you've got one mucker futter after another mucker futter, and yet a mucker futter and the inward going on, you would have thought these damned labels would have at least done that.
Yeah.
But why would they have to do that? Why would Tipper have to go and do what she was doing? And why did they result? What was the reason why?
Well, the real reason is just political strategy. She didn't give a damn about labeling, media, due to language.
Well, it goes deeper than that, baby.
Yeah,
It goes
sure
deeper than
does.
that. I'll tell you where to really point the finger at.
Yeah.
Parents.
Yep.
Parents.
Yep, that's right.
Okay? In an era where we are giving more and more power to the school system that encourages no communication at times with the parents of that, may I use this word, child, that the parents brought into the world. They're not a full adult yet, and their familial ties must be maintained at all times. That's the common sense I see. But because of bad parenting, many have felt, well, we need to legislate this. The school board wants to pass this and that and this. And Christian, you know I love teachers. But a lot of the teachers that are out there today should never have been teachers to begin with. Yeah, that was the first thing I ever wanted to be in my life, was a teacher. It's the most noble profession a man can have, with the exception, or woman, with the exception of being a parent, being a good father, being a good mother. Okay? But we've given all that away, and why? Because there's a need to. Now, if you're going to be talking about core things like where there is sexual abuse, there is physical violence, and things like that, and the kids coming beaten to death at school, I'm all for the proper authorities to be called and that getting handled. But you better pretty much, with maybe the exception of one or two little items there that I'm not thinking of in the moment, keep your damn hands off our kids. But then again, I'm the kind of parent that took his own daughter, who is now graduating and becoming an accountant at university, took her out of school, and I homeschooled her until high school, and she begged me to let her in there, and I wish I hadn't, to tell you the truth. You see, being a parent isn't a matter of being a convenience, folks. It's an honor. Whether you see it that way or not, it's your opportunity to educate and give good groundwork for a brand new human that you helped create.
Exactly. Yes.
So, getting back to this, why did they have to do this? It's because of all the parents that had no freaking clue that their latchkey kids were down in the basement smoking pot, having sex with whoever next door, listening to whatever music. I don't understand it. He likes it. Not monitoring for things that are happening, physical, or you just got a feeling with your own children that pretty soon we got reports of people even going to the point of committing suicide because they were so freaking isolated that they took some of the lyrics to heart. A tragedy. A tragedy. But for Tipper and her gang to go, see what you did, D. Snyder? Instead of turning to America and saying, folks, we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job. All right? So that's why it's going. Retail impact of that move, by the way, several chains collapsed. You know, oh no, I feel the pressure from Washington, Walmart, Kmart, when they were still around, all started refusing to sell albums with these labels. Now, the labels were costing the company that succumbed to getting the labels money. Okay? It just got down to that. Now, her opposition to all of this were heavily criticized by musicians and free speech advocates who viewed the initiative as a form of, here we go again, baby, censorship. Censorship. All right. So now with that in mind, where was this? Let's get back to that song. This is stuff that I could not cover in that video, folks.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see.
Oh my goodness, hon.
What's that, baby?
Storm Cop came in with the super thanks.
Oh,
$20.
goodness gracious.
Oh, that's so sweet.
How much was that again? Because I'm not on the screen.
$20 from
20?
Storm Cop. Oh, that's
Thank you,
so
James.
nice.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, and before you read his, Gear Jam, and I get to say it live on the air, a.k.a. Eargesplitten Loudenboomer himself, dropped a deuce hammer before I even got up here. Would you read both of those? And then I'm going to go, I want to start talking about this situation with getting back to Jethro Tull. Oh, I'm going to go directions you didn't think that I'd be going.
Oh, yes.
Tonight. Okay, so Gear Jam, what did he have to say?
Gear Jam gave $2 he hit the deuce hammer. Thank you so much, Gear Jam.
Thank you.
He says won't be able to make it tonight. Go Tribe.
Okay.
Oh,
so he'll watch this later.
Yes,
he'll watch this later
on the replay. Yes, he will.
Great. And what about James?
Okay, our Storm Cop 55 says, remember in 1992, 2 Live Crew was sued for obscenity because of the use of the F-bomb and the P word. A Florida court found them guilty, but 2 months later, that Court of Appeals overturned the Florida court on the grounds of good old First Amendment. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. The
Yep.
the people's constitution will have the last word. That is the foundation of this country.
I agree, and
Amen,
I'm
Storm
glad
Cop.
you brought that up, Storm Cop, because
Yes.
guess what? I find those lyrics offensive as shit,
That's right.
to use a dirty word. All right?
Oh my goodness.
I hate those freaking lyrics. That's one of the reasons I can't stand rap. I hear that crap coming around the corner.
Oh my goodness.
But I live in America, so I can't bomb the car or shoot the people.
Not that you
No,
would.
they have their own freedom of expression, including, although we do have decibel level laws, you know. But anyway, yeah, I know. But that's a law, Noland, right?
Yeah.
My hypocrisy knows no bounds, James. But I can't stand those lyrics. But I got to take the stand in favor of them, the artist, because of what and how important freedom of speech is to me. You guys know I speak from the seat of my pants. If I'm not on, you don't get that great of a stream. If I'm on, you get a great stream. Okay? I just speak from the freaking gut, and that's the way I like it, baby.
That's right.
That's the way I dig it. I love it.
That's why everybody wants to get into this country.
Well, okay, we're not going to go there. We're not covering politics.
No,
we're covering
we're not.
politics tonight in a mild sort of way because of it affecting rock and roll. I want to shout these people out who gave us, since we just covered 2 super thanks, and then I'm going to get to these lyrics here. All right? With Jethro Tull and a few other surprises with Jethro Tull. On our last stream, I always give a shout out of those who gave us a super thanks on our last stream. Ben Scheidecker, again, in with a $5 super thanks, and then followed that up by buying a free membership, and all free memberships on the last stream were taken. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And I am ready to make another a members only video here, probably tomorrow, and I'm also going to be working a live stream in there. I think we have enough members that would warrant that, but it will be impromptu. I will put out a notification. You know, the members will be notified, but it'll be just before I go up. I'm just testing the waters in it. But thank you for that, Ben. Irgish Splitten Loudenboomer, a.k.a. Gear Jam, who couldn't make it tonight, but he gave us a super thanks last stream as well. He swung the deuce hammer. My buddy Royce gave us a $10 super thanks. Storm Cop bought 5 free memberships. And that was like a $35 super thanks. And he followed that up with a $50 freaking super thanks. Thank you, James. And Deuces Wild, a wonderful $20 super thanks. Thank you, Deuce. I appreciate it. Now, I wanted to get over here to what was going on with this Jethro Tull. Like I said, I had the album. I was going to do a totally different video. I love this album. That's one of my favorite songs on the album, Pussy Willow, right? And so I had just got this album, and I hadn't had a chance to clean it, but it was time to shoot a video. So I listened to the album on Apple Music. That's why that's what changed everything. I was ready to shoot. I knew what I wanted to talk about. And I go, but to listen to, I want to review it so that I'm clear on all the material. And that's when I wound up looking over at Apple Music, and it was labeled as P***** Y Willow. So since then, and getting in prep for this stream, I went over and I go, well, what do you do it to the lyrics as well? So I clicked on the lyrics. Here are the lyrics in the song. This is important, folks. In the half-tone light of a young morning. She sighs and shifts on her pillow.
Yeah.
And across her face, dancing, the first shadows fly to kiss the pussy willow. What? I would have thought it was to kiss the P asterisk, 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 Y willow. Apple hasn't censored this song in the lyrics. Why? Well, if you know anything about Tim, the CEO of Apple, one of the worst CEOs in the world that's ever been there, he has political agendas. We're not here to talk about those. But I wanted to go back and look into when was this word, the first half of the title of Pussy Willow, when was that word really kind of started being used, and in what context, and all of that. Let me see if I've got it here. I've just added, I have like 12 streams up today, folks, and it looks like, what happened to my song, Ma? Good Lord. Okay. I know I had this. Okay, good. Oh, well, that's for censorship. All right. Well, for whatever reasons, I have lost that screenshot, but I'll try to give it to you from route memory here. Basically, it's from the root, a German root word Puss, P-U-S-S, or if you prefer, P-U asterisk asterisk. All right, and that word meant vulva, and could be implied as woman. There was another language, I forget which one it was, that it was also based on probably Latin, and it implied the same thing. And as early as the 16th century, it was a term that was used in England to describe a woman. No derogatory intent to it at all, of course. Then it became street lingo, which is what happens when subgroups try to command a language, by the way. And if you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm dead set against that. Try to keep the language as pure as possible so that clear intent may reign for generations is my motto. Okay, but it became a derogatory term, and not toward women in general, but toward their part. Like to get on that, fill in the blanks. So that's where it went, where it came. And then for centuries that went on. 16th, 17th, 18th century, 19th century comes along. And some people say that it was now starting to be used as a way of calling somebody effeminate, which I have no trouble with that word, or gay, which I have no trouble with that word either, but they're two separate things. Okay? I know a lot of effeminate men who have wives and aren't gay. They just have more effeminate qualities about them. All right? Back when I was a kid, anyway, they're saying now that's the reason why it's considered derogatory and anti-gay to use that word. Now, the gays are trying to own this word.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
I don't care if you're gay. Myself,
Royce.
I have gay family members I love, I'm friendly with. I have no problems with people and their choices. But when their choices try to change the lay of the land and start interfering with what we get from art, literature, painting, sculpting, then I get pissed. So you go, well, then what's your point here, Michael? Well, Tim saw no problem with the lyrics because the lyrics clearly identify the person as a woman. So he didn't bother doing that. But he then took a term that I looked up. It is legal to use the term pussy willow on YouTube. You don't think I was going to chance that, did you? It's a flower. It's a plant. And so as the title goes, it's a flower. It's a plant. Tim, who got your feelings hurt? It's a flower. Do I have to repeat myself? It's a plant. By the title itself, there is nothing in that title that indicates that it's talking in a derogatory way about a gay person. Just not happening. But what do we get? We get censorship. That's the result. When the right gets a hair up their ass, we get censorship. When the left gets a hair up its ass, we get censorship. It's time for all of us that got any amount of common sense left to mutiny. And do it right here on the Bounty.
Hey, we got a $10 super thanks from Royce in the house. The
Oh my
Four
goodness.
Horsemen.
Did I squash your introduction to that earlier?
Kinda, but
sorry, baby.
It's okay.
I was on a roll. You know me.
I was just going to say the same thing.
So he gave us a $10 super thanks?
Yes.
Thank you, Royce, so much. I appreciate it, brother.
And he says, I hate censorship. There's a very long history of it in our prudish country, particularly compared to Europe. Mm-hmm. Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and but here's the deal, Royce. There's a bit of prudishness about me. Okay, but I am logical enough to know that to keep our grand freedoms, this
our
great
constitutional
democracy
rights.
That we are a part of, what a freaking privilege that is. Okay, that's a privilege, man.
That is why everybody
if anybody's
tries to
got,
get into this country.
It's not a matter of white privilege, man. It is USA privilege. There is a privilege here. Okay, I feel privileged to be an American, but so I have to be against this, Royce. I have to be, and I'm not so prudish that I haven't been known to use a cuss word or an inappropriate title in my own songwriting, brother. They're out there. Look at them and listen to the lyrics. They're all on my members only. Royce knows a lot of my songs, okay? And I get right on out there, okay?
Yes.
But if I write a song that has the term mucker, futter in it or whatever, okay? Then I don't write it, record it, and then go show my 9-year-old daughter the song because I'm a parent. You keep your children kind of free and clear of that, and then you give them good reasons why they might want to at least be reticent to try LSD or to go to cruising down 4th Street with a guy that doesn't even have brakes on his car or whatever. You see, because kids are going to always do that no matter what. We were real guarded. I would meet the parents. I wanted a clear idea. Okay, this party's happening, yes, and no alcohol, yeah, no alcohol. And then, I knew when I let my daughter into that, there's going to be the rule breakers there. I was one of the rule breakers myself when I was a teenager. I brought the alcohol and or whatever else was required. But I grew up. That was me testing my boundaries, and guess what my boundaries were? And don't be offended by this, folks, if you're not. I was raised a Christian. I was bucking against that, and all my adult life, I buck, I go, I buck, I go, but I can't see. And even if you aren't a Christian, but you have a good set of moral central values, that it's not cool to murder, that it's not cool to steal what is not yours, that it's not cool to cheat on your spouse, and it's not cool to expect someone else's spouse to cheat with you.
Yeah, you don't steal from
Don't-
other people. You
yeah,
don't. It's called
Don't come over my
treating
fence.
other people how
Don't
you want.
invade
That's
my
right.
house. Right? Don't pickpocket. Don't, God,
lie, cheat,
Steal.
and steal. Yes.
and then be thoroughly flabbergasted when finally the laws are being enforced and you're going to jail instead of just getting a ticket.
Yeah, I like what Divining Dragon said. Anyone remember the euphemism foolishness pointed out by George Carlin? As we find, he says, as we find more and more obscure language to avoid offending anyone.
Very good.
Crazy.
Very good.
Yes.
Who was that again?
Divining Dragons.
All right,
George
Christian. Yeah.
Carlin, yes, he sums up exactly the foolishness.
Well, remember his biggest bit was the 7 words you can't say.
That's right.
And the whole bit
That's right.
is full of those 7 words.
I know.
You know?
I know. It's just crazy.
And I could imagine when that first came out, because that was really cool for all the young guys, watching that stuff. Yeah, this is right up where, you kind of listen to that record right up there with Cheech and Chong. Dave's not here, I loved it. He may have come a little, I think he came a little bit after that. I may have actually been an adult by the time it came out. But that's my sense of humor. I can let go of my core values knowing they're there, they're anchored. Let's test the waters. Ha, 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 ha. I know. That's a bit hypocritical, but what I can say is you do it better, because none of us does it better. We're fragile human beings. We fail all the time. No matter how high the stakes we set up, we come just shy of it. The idea is when we do is to pick ourselves up and have another go at it. Okay? But I'll defend that bit by George Carlin to my death. So some of this stuff, because Royce, I'm prudish enough to hate rap and the cussing, the inappropriate use of one word that should never be used, not obliterated, because that would be censorship. But common sense people would know, even if you're black, nobody calls you that word. No, you don't understand, man, it's a ghetto thing. No, I understand. And it ain't a ghetto thing. Or if it is a ghetto thing, it's a stupid ass ghetto thing. I don't care what color I turned out to be. Any man ever calls me that word, don't expect a verbal response. That's all I can say. And when you wake up, apologize. There's no sense to use that word, but you can't obliterate it any more than you can own it. These are some of the problems. So, with all of this in mind, I wanted to read off a brand new list, and then we're going to go over, I want to talk about my poll, okay? Because things have changed. You're going to want to hang for that. But I have changed my, and I've even retitled this. The new list is now called The Unholy 10 Killers of Classic Rock. I've combined AI and Avatar shows together. Felt a little guilty that they were separated anyway. And now we're going to have number 1, AI. Inappropriately used as a slave is fine. The Revolver remix was wonderful. Tell the robot to do its damn job and to shut up and never write a freaking song. Avatar shows. The perpetual youth of it. I'm wrong. I know Michael Boswell out in the audience right now disagrees with me on that. And many of you do. But this is my list. What we're doing is we're rubbing up against each other here, folks. I only give my comment, my opinion. I don't expect any of you to agree with everything or anything I have to say. Okay? It's a point of discussion. And then the conversation grows. The tribe, the channel evolves. All right? So this is the points that I have set. AI, number 1, AI and avatar shows. Number 2, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, kill it, kill it, kill it. Number 3, lip syncing and backing tracks. Number 4, high concert tickets. Number 5, touring with no new material. Number 6, bands. Where did I get it? All right. Bands who tour with few or no original members. They're tribute bands. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That is not the original band. That's a brand. And what they're doing with Ozzy Osbourne is a sin right now on Ozfest 2. And then political preaching of paying venues is a big no-no to me. People paid to come and see you. That's not where you go. You want people to hear your political views, show up at a political rally and volunteer your freaking services, but not on our freaking dime. I don't care if I agree with your politics or not. Shut your mouth. And then residencies. I know a lot of you disagree with that. Caitlin loves them. Royce loves them. I think it's the end of rock and roll. No more, we'll come to your town. No, we'll help you party down because we're an American band. It ain't happening anymore. No, you come to our town. You help us party down and make cash because we're an American band? Question mark, question mark, question mark? I don't think so, Willis. And then number 10, censorship, aka the N-word and or the term pussy willow. Pussy willow. So this hit me kind of hard, folks. This whole thing, the way I saw it, it just gnawed at me. I couldn't go anywhere else on the channel. I don't want to talk about albums until I get this out. Because I'm surprised that I haven't made more content. I think over on Royce's, we go off basis every once in a while. We'll be talking about, I don't know, Deborah Harry, and all of a sudden we'll be talking about rap music and the horrible lyrics that the whole thing is. And then Royce and I'll argue back and forth. He'll go, well, I like some rap music. And I go, not me. Okay? But that's a discussion, folks. I love Royce. And we agree on a whole lot of things. I love Michael Boswell out there. We agree on a lot of things, but we don't agree on everything. And yet we can still be friends. That middle ground. Got some left-wing people, got some right-wing people, but not the nutcases of either side. And we find common ground. What happened to that? What happened to that? Coming up on the 250th year of this country, we should be asking that question. And when it happens, maybe you guys will know what the stream on that day will be all about. All right, I wanted to go over here, just in case brand new members, we've also been conducting polls on my channel, and I've included this as entire streams, and it's been an ongoing process, and we're through the first of 4 that will happen by the end of the year. That's the new information. Okay, so this is a poll that just got through, and I'm calling it dead and done right now.
Oh,
dead
Mr. Ben.
and done. There it is.
Mr. Ben Scheidegger came in with the super things.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Ben.
Hun.
How much?
$10?
Oh, thank you, Ben. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
it so much,
Ben.
brother. Ben's one of our younger, Royce and I, we like young people to be involved in our channels. We're old geezers. I'm not going to pretend I'm a young man anymore,
Yeah.
But in between my naps, I really appreciate our younger viewers who are getting into the spirit, the original spirit of rock, really looking into what happened, not what is being rewritten. Young viewers over here can find that P asterisk 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 Y Willow is actually got a title other than that called Pussy Willow, right? All right, read his comment
Okay,
for me,
Ben
baby.
says censorship always leads to judgment of how one thinks. Taking away a people's will to think freely and have discourse always leads to violence. The
It's-
hate speech virtue signaling has gone too far. Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said- perfectly said, Ben.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with you
Yeah,
totally.
I do too. I got to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, you're absolutely right in regard to everything you say there, Ben.
Totally.
Yeah.
Very well put.
There was once upon a time, there was this place they called America. Wasn't perfect. There was still a lot of prejudice that was being tolerated. That had to be fixed. There was understanding that the woman was powerful, but there was also putting her in her place. That was a societal thing that more or less developed from the homestead. Okay? But that had to be changed. And there were wars going on that were non-declared wars, and it was killing Americans. And
Yeah.
that had to be changed. We modify. We do evolve. But I'm going to tell you, Ben, the fastest way to take over any country on this planet is to commandeer its language. There's the real insightful demon that's always looking to get a hold of any country, to weaponize its own language structure. Now, sometimes that weaponization happens as a result of a lot of people thinking good things, and then it goes to a point where that response is fighting against the good things that created it. And that's a problem. Okay? So, anyway, that's my thoughts on it. All right, so here are the 20 drummers that will be inducted into the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame. The Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame is this channel's creation in opposition, remember, the top deadlies that I just mentioned, in response to their ruinous ways of handling their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame, and the following drummers. Let's see, I went way too far down, didn't I? There we go. All right. Following drummers will be inducted this fall in a special presentation. Okay, so Ian Pace, Deep Purple. Denny Carey, Tull. This poll is done. You can still vote, but these are the ones that are going to hold. Ginger Baker from Cream. Jeff Picaro from Toto. I was so glad to see him get in.
Yeah.
Because it was out of my hands, baby.
I know, and I love Toto.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuart Copeland, The Police.
Woo-hoo.
Billy Cobham, the Maharishvu. I'm not saying it. Maharishnu Orchestra.
Maharishnu. Cool.
That Maharisha group.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
haven't.
I love them.
Oh.
I bought their albums. That man, first time around, loved them. I was glad to
Piccolina
see
the
him
cat
in.
just came in with a $5 super thanks.
Oh,
hon.
wow. Let me
Oh,
finish this
Piccolina,
list
thank you so
and I'll
much.
have you read that. It's
Okay.
good we haven't heard from Piccolina in a
Oh,
while.
I'm glad Piccolina's
Okay,
here.
also included will be Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac, Bill Bruford from Yes. That's my favorite choice out of the whole freaking list. Thank you, dear Lord. Then Jim Gordon, probably my second favorite. I don't know. He's way up there. Will be in along with Bill Ward from Black Sabbath. And of course, Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. Despite a lot of negative comments from him, he still won his heat. And Carmen Appice from Vanilla Fudge, Beck Bogert and Appice, and several other. And then Carl Palmer, with Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Asia. Cozy Powell, who toured with the Jeff Beck group, Rainbow, Whitesnake, and just about everybody else's pet dog. And Ringo Starr from the Beatles, Neil Peart from Rush, Keith Moon from The Who, Phil Collins. That surprised me. I would have picked Mitch Mitchell. Mitch Mitchell didn't make it into the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame. That's sad. But Phil Collins is worthy. It's just, I think, less worthy. But you guys chose him. Phil Collins from Genesis. And then finally, Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones and John Bonzo Bonham from Led Zeppelin, and the highest voted for in any category when you consider that just in this final part 10, there were over 1,800 of you. That brings about a 12,000 vote count for this poll, folks. That's 2,000 more than we got for the guitarist poll. People love drums, baby.
Oh, yes, and you know I love percussion.
Right.
And
now,
bass.
Right. Now, you said Rockin' was in?
Rockin' Robin Bird's
Okay, so hold on just a second. I do want to bring this up. I just want to make sure that I'm going to shout her out here in a minute. But now, between now and fall, we will hold one for the best bass players, and we will hold yet another for the greatest vocalist for this year.
Oh, that's great.
And then we're going to, at the end of all of that, induct more bands, and then we're going to really flesh out the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame. And then next year, what we'll be doing is smaller polls and smaller groups being added to this massive base we've built in the last 6 months. All right, now what did Rockin' have to say?
Piccolina.
It was Piccolina. I'm sorry.
Piccolina
That's
the
right, because
cat.
I said he hadn't been in a while.
And
Right.
Piccolina is a cat, but the owner is not a cat and is male.
Right.
So yeah, everybody thinks Piccolina the cat is a female.
Yeah. No,
Which
no.
the cat may be female, but
But she's the star of his
Yes,
channel.
yes.
Excellent. I watch his Piccolina the cat videos all the time.
I know.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
I
a
love
sub.
those videos.
I've subbed to him. How much did he give us?
$5.
$5. Thank you.
Yeah, and he says it's a deuce hammer, Michael, taxed and into your bank account. He said Jethro Tull is my favorite band, but Piccolina only loves the flute parts. That's so cute.
I love
my
it.
Goodness, yes.
Oh, man, isn't that something?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what?
Especially since we have 3 cats of our own.
Yeah. Jethro Tull is on the Mount Rock Olympus Hall of Fame, but Jethro Tull was in my top 10.
Oh God. Jethro
They
Tull
would be
is epic.
somewhere around number 6 or 7
Yeah.
if I had to rank, maybe as high as 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would be tough because of the bands that I would include.
Oh,
but
yeah.
when I'm in the mood for Jethro Tull, all I can say is Fook. Can I say Fook?
Fook.
Fook Led Zeppelin. Fook the Beatles.
Yeah.
Fook Pink
I
Floyd.
want some
Only
Jethro
Jethro
Tull.
Tull will do.
That's right.
Right?
Yes. Oh.
So
The Pied Piper.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
no wonder
every-
the cat loves
How ma-
the flute parts.
Out of all the groups that I've played for you in the last year, how many of those videos, and
Yeah.
I've shown you lots of them,
Yes.
are by Jethro Tull, baby?
Oh God, so many.
Yeah.
So many. I can't.
Have I
count.
done that even recently?
Yes. Oh my
See?
goodness. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Rockin' Robin Bird just came in with a deuce hammer. Oh, thank
I
you.
hope I
Rockin'
didn't
Robin
shame you
Bird.
into coming up, Rockin'. He's
Oh, that's
announcing
so
my name now. I
nice.
gotta give him something.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that, Piccolina. I really am. Because I don't know why. I knew it was you at the time, and then I had to finish my. I'm an old man. Have pity on me. I'm an old man.
Okay. Stop
Okay, and
whining.
so did she give us a deuce hammer?
Yes, she did.
Did she
And
add anything to that?
just a cat laughing.
How apropos, I should
Oh
say.
no, or maybe it's a Tweety bird.
Oh, is
An
it a Tweety bird?
angel. I don't know.
Is it going back and forth or something?
Yeah, it's jumping up and down laughing.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find this.
Rockin' Robin
Because I was
Bird,
on that
you have
list, I can
you
get back
have an
on over
excellent
here.
sense of humor.
Oh,
my
our whole
goodness.
tribe does, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
So
not only just
cute.
smart, they're funny people,
I know.
and they don't get.
That's it. I mean, we love music. We love classic rock and humor.
That's a baby, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I thought it
Or
was
is that
cat
a
at
bird?
first.
Yeah,
but-
it looks almost like a baby.
oh my goodness, Rockin' Robin Bird.
Well, I've been known to act infantile. Perhaps even tonight I've been a little bit that way.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it all works out in the end, folks. All right, so I've got just enough time to shut down over here.
Dr. Insomnia said, thick as a brick.
Oh, got a story for you.
I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't offend you, huh?
I got a story
Oh
for you.
no, Michael Boswell just came in with a super thanks.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Michael, we were talking about you, huh?
$5 super thanks. Can you
Oh,
read that for me, baby?
Yeah, Michael says censorship because it doesn't fit your philosophy should be excluded from art. Amen, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I was telling Kimberly before the show, I knew this was going to be a kind of a hairy canary show. Maybe that's a canary she put in there. But, because many people are tempted to go with whatever and not give it much thought if it bolsters the way they want the world to be.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't think we can be that lazy because I think sometimes that comes from
Well,
laziness.
I don't want it regulated
Yeah.
by the politicians who themselves, a lot are very corrupt.
Yeah.
They're corrupted, and
Okay.
I don't want
All
them
right, but
telling
we're
me.
not a political channel.
No
I'm
political,
trying to
but
stay off.
I think that
this
the
is about this whole stream
Constitution
is
comes
about
first.
as political as I ever want to get.
I know.
And I'll only talk politics
Yeah,
when I'm
'cause we're
talking about
here
rockers who preach
to enjoy
politics
music.
so every once in a while the politic-y thing comes in. But I was telling Kimberly before that I go, this is the kind of subject I faint at what Michael Boswell will have to say. And then I said, but I don't have to worry about that tonight, Michael, because I told her you had given me a comment that indicated you felt pretty much as I do on that video I was talking about earlier. Now, one of you mentioned thick as a brick. I did want to give you guys a
That
story.
was Dr. Insomnia.
Hey, Doc.
Our very own.
I bought that album. I was still living at home. And, oh, boy. And talk about lyrics. His sperm in the gutter. His love's in the sink. Okay. Now, when I was, what year did Thick as a Brick come out? Was that 72 or was that still 71? I was still at home. I'm thinking 72-ish maybe. And I'd listen to that. Oh, my God. I really don't mind if you sit this one out. Bum. I love it. Love it. And so my mom came in and she heard him saying, sperm in the gutter, love in the sink. And she came in, and you guys want to know where I got my mouth from? It wasn't from my dear old daddy.
Oh my goodness sakes. Michael Boswell came in again with the super things, huh?
I'll get right to you, Michael.
Oh, that's
I want to
awesome.
finish this real quick. So she came into the room, and she said, he thinks his prick is as thick as a brick.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. She hated it. And the reason she hated it is because she thought that was disgusting, and she wound up coming up with something that was twice as disgusting as the original lyrics. But that's what happens. People get triggered. She had to use a term I hate, but she got triggered by that. And on top of that, she was a woman, a mom, who watched me very carefully. See, she was at the door listening to what dear old Sonny Boy was listening to. I didn't say she did it right all the way through, all right? It was not one of those Davy and Goliath moments. Hey, Davy, let's sit down and talk about this. You know what he's talking about here? Have we talked about... No. She just came in, smoking a cigarette. My mom was a smoker. He thinks his prick is as thick as a brick.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, it was horrible. All right, so Michael came in again. And how much and what did he have to say?
Michael Boswell came in with a 5 spot.
Thank you, Michael, once again.
He says, just because you're offended doesn't mean you can censor my art. And very well put, Michael Boswell. I agree totally with that, too.
Right.
I agree.
And some of this stuff offends me, Michael, but I would never advocate for censoring.
Controlling other people through, because they're offended.
But I'm also against making it readily available in school libraries.
Yeah, well, some of it, if it's
no, the schools should be serving
nature,
the families. The families include a mother and father. And if there is enough mothers and fathers who do not want their children having access to more mature books, then send those books to the colleges.
Yeah.
And let the parents finish their freaking ass job in producing a human being that you can then get your filthy little claws on.
Oh, yeah.
Say amen. I'm telling you, say amen.
Amen.
I know the whole tribe's going, amen. They're going, amen. Some of you, amen. Anyway, I've had fun opening my yap tonight, folks. I really did. I think it was a good stream.
Me
I was
too.
worried about
Me
it.
too.
I just didn't want that word, that one word, that P asterisk 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 Y to be used in seclusion. I was worried Timmy would come after me. And the algorithm, the algo dragon. Oh, no disparaging remarks there to you, Christian. But I often call the algorithm the algo dragon. And y'all know me. I'm a Don Quixote every single time. You see windmills, I see dragons. There be dragons, folks. I'll see you on Royce in 25 minutes. I had a ball, and I love each and every one of you, even the ones who disagreed with me tonight. It's only a discussion. All right? Yes. Don't be a wuss. Ooh, see what he did there, Wilma? All right, folks, I'll see you in about a half hour. And I had a great time. Thank you so much. You guys make this happen. And as long as I have a good time, that's what really counts. No, I hope all of you had a bit of a good time too. Comments up the galore. I haven't been on this stream too much tonight. And we had a very good audience tonight. And we're maintaining a strong amount even here at the end. I appreciate it so much. If you watch this thing after, okay, give it a thumbs up. All right? That it helps. Our last stream did real well right out of the gate, and then there just wasn't a lot of views after. And so if you're watching it a second time, please give it a thumbs up, all right? Because that helps with extended views. But if you haven't seen our last stream, you missed something. You really missed something. Because I only covered a sliver of what we talked about on my last stream. And everybody here can tell you, it was a great stream. Everybody should go watch that. Not before you watch Royce's, though. The Four Horsemen. That's what's up next. And then after the Four Horsemen, go over and watch my newest video. It'll explain a lot in 6 minutes of what we covered here in over an hour. All right, folks. See you in a bit. Night.
Good night,
Say good night, Kimberly.
Wilma.
Say good night, Kimberly.
Did you call me Wilma?
I didn't call you Wilma. I said, say good night, Kimberly.
Okay.
You're just not getting this, are you? Say good night, Kimberly.
I just don't want to be offended.
She won't go for it, folks.
Good night.
Damn, I can't be George Burns for the life of me. Pisses me off.
Then I'm Gracie, not Wilma.